Obviously, we'll have to move it back a little bit or come up with something for when we take the body off totally. All right, I guess we'll decide what we're gonna do with them. Guess we need to work on getting these fenders and crap off first. Sixteenths and 9/16. Yes, sir. We're gonna be cutting some stuff too. Well, we got the front fenders and inner fenders off. I got the front shroud piece off. And this front frame looks like it's been up on a wrecker or two or pulled from. All these brackets are kind of smoked. So, luckily, I can get some reproduction ones, but now I'm kind of curious about the frame. Hopefully the rest of it looks good once we get the body off. I gotta get the rest of that off. That rat's nest, when it was rewired, who knows how many years ago, it had a pound of silicone in there. So I think I'll just get a whole new wire harness kit. It does have an updated fuse kit, but that ain't gonna do. All these, my great brake line job back, geez, I was young 20s when I did that. Yeah, it was one of those hurry up and get it done modes, but we're doing it right now. We're gonna make it safe. So yeah, it's pretty good so far. I do want to get the trunk lid off. I think I'm gonna get the doors off, just to make it a little bit lighter to lift it, and then maybe pull the glass. Otherwise, I think that's pretty good. We'll get this front bumper off, clean up some of this mess. I'm gonna have to pressure wash it. I might, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll gut everything else off, and then hose it all down, pressure wash it, make it look a little bit nicer. Boy, look at those ball joint. I think it's full. I think that ball joint is whooped. Probably has something to do with 1,300 extra pounds from the diesel in it. But we're gonna remedy all that. We're getting there. Well, that's pretty rough. I pulled the seats out. Had to get the carpet out. Apparently some mice got in here. Well, I knew there was some mice that had gotten in here. It smells horrible. There's still some mouse shit in there. There's holes. The floor is all tin patched. Clearly we got some work to do. But I knew the whole floor was coming out anyway, so not terrible. Be expected. The wood though, the wood under the seats to level them, that's a nice surprise. So the seats, the front seats are out of, I believe, like an Impala or something like that, and the back seat. The back seat is it's an actual original 1956 from a junkyard. The reason I know this car was actually my father's. He bought it when he was, look at that, old Matco screwdriver sitting in the back. He bought it when he was 18, and he bought it from some old guy, I believe in Niagara Falls. So it's been in New York its whole life. I've got pictures of me with this car when I was a little kid, and I've always loved this car. So when he decided to sell it, and the only reason he sold it is because he bought his dream car, which was a 62 Corvette, and we restored that when I was younger. And then he bought a 41 Willys gasser kit car, and I helped him with that, and we put a 383 stroker in it. So then he didn't really have the space or he didn't really care about this car anymore, really. And so I started driving it, and he let me drive it when I was, I was driving this car when I was like 16. And that was a 4-speed, 4 on the floor. It still has the clutch in here. And it still has the 3 on the tree from original, but all that's gone. But anyways, so I started driving the car when I was about 18 by myself. I would take it places, car shows, things. And then when I was 20, he decided he wanted to get rid of it. And I told him to come up with a price. And he did. And I bought it from him. Simple as that. So it wasn't a give me. I wish, but there's crap everywhere in this car. Some of it's, a lot of it's mine. It's all mine. But anyways, so yeah. So we got the doors off. The whole front end is off. I got the brake booster off. I got the steering column off, but the steering shaft is still in there for right now. I just, in case I need to turn the wheel, I want to be able to maneuver it. I do have to put this back on here. So pretty much under here, or up here, I'm going to take the skid plate off. That we made because the oil pan was so low. The new engine, I'm thinking it's most likely 99.9 going to have a dry sump, so I won't have to worry about that. So yeah, we got the doors off, both doors off. The seats are out. Still got to take out the back seat part. I don't even know if that's bolted in. A lot of shit wasn't even really bolted in. I did put, this car is grandfathered in and does not have seatbelts, did not come with seatbelts, was not a standard. So I used to get pulled over a really lot when I was younger with this car. And I've had my fair share of hassles on the side of the road with the cops. So I did learn the law quick. And I don't have to have seatbelts in this car. And I said I never would. But when I had kids, I didn't want to take them without car seats and seatbelts. So I did put in 2 crap-ass lap belts, and those will come out, and I will put a better seatbelt in. And odds are I'll probably put lap belts in the front, but I'll never have like the shoulder belt. But it'll have lap belts. That's fine. You know what? Safe. I fully intend to let my kids drive this car, and I want them to be safe, so I will do that. Next, I think I gotta get the shifter out, the front half of the carpet out, get the rest of that other crap out. Maybe I'll pull the glass right now. We'll see. The body bolts, man, they're shot. This whole car is I mean, it's a 1956, guys. Like, it's rusted. So we are going to get rid of the rest of that stuff. I'm going to take off the trunk lid, get the body bolts all out, and then I think my jacket. I got to take the shocks in the back. They go up through the trunk. So I have to get those off. Man, it's hot. So I got to get those off. The battery box was relocated in the trunk, like right when I got it, we did that. And then I have to, a little more electrical, pull the rear bumper, a few other components. And then I think I'm ready to lift this body off the frame. I'm thinking I will jack it up high enough, put a board across it with jack stands or some sawhorses, if I can do that. If not, I'm gonna have to try to get a couple guys over here to help me lift it off. But in case you didn't know, 1956 was the only year for this. 1956, oops, been a while. That is your fuel door. It is, when I converted this to diesel, I wanted to absolutely keep that. And so it has a new fuel tank, and it does work. It's all plumbed right. When I probably might have to take that. I'm gonna have to take the fuel tank out too. Damn. And I think it's full. I think I'm gonna look into my fuel gauge didn't work anymore, and I want that to work. I want all the gauges to work again. So I drove this around for a couple years with no gauges, no fuel gauge, no speedometer. I had a temperature gauge, and the only gauges that worked was the oil gauge, the amps, and the temperature gauge. And in fact, I think the amp gauge stopped working at some point. So the fucking radio fell in. Ugh, so much work. But it's going to be, I'm going to make it right. I'm going to do everything I need to do. Now I'm just rambling. So, let's see. I think that's bolted up in the back. Don't see it. Oh, there's one right there. Okay. All right, back to work.